All right, welcome to the ignorant, the hateful, the stupid. All right, so I'm guessing I don't really pay attention to culture wars because obviously I'm a little more intelligent than that. I have way bigger things to focus on, way more important things. I never talk about culture war bullshit. That's for stupid people. That's like a little shiny ball, or like jingling keys when people get too close to the truth. You just come out jingle little keys, little culture war bullshit, and it distracts the plebs. Anyways. I guess the culture war thing right now is with the NFL. The just absolute cesspool of the dumbest culture wars you could actually ever fucking imagine. Apparently, male cheerleaders are a controversy now. And of course, it's on the right. And let me just remind these right-wing pieces of shit, these uneducated little fucking baby-brained pieces of garbage, that there have been male cheerleaders for a very long time. It's nothing new. It's not weird. It's not feminine. And you claim to be on the right? That means you love George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, right? Well, guess what? They were cheerleaders too. Fucking idiots. Okay, George H.W. cheerleader. Yes, George H.W. Bush was indeed a cheerleader during his time at Yale University. He was a member of the Delta Kappa Epsilon fraternity and was elected as president. Additionally, he captained the Yale baseball team and was left-handed first baseman. He was a hell of a player, playing in the first two College World Series. He was initiating the Skull and Bones. All right, so you tell was he less manly because he was a fucking cheerleader? There you go. There's George H.W. Bush on the cheerleading squad. I bet you wouldn't tell him in his fucking face if he was here that he wasn't a real man. Pieces of fucking shit. I don't give a fuck if this video gets age restricted. George H.W. Bush is one of my favorite presidents, and I would hear no slander against him. He was the last real Republican president, last moral Republican president, last Republican president willing to stand up to last president willing to stand up to Israel in a real way. He threatened loan guarantees that they weren't going to get. That was a real president. There haven't been any real president since George H.W. Bush. People say that Carter was the last real president. You had another one. It was George H.W. Bush. Just nobody appreciated him because all they focused on was the no new taxes bullshit. Anyways, George W. Bush was a cheerleader too. So man, I don't know what these people think this is. Like, you think this shit is new? Wait, Reagan was a cheerleader too? No fucking way. I didn't even know about that one. That's hilarious. There you go. Ronald Reagan, 40th president, was a cheerleader at Eureka College. You tell me, y'all love Reagan, right? Y'all suck his dick. Reagan's he's the greatest, right? The most overrated president for several reasons. But I'm going to do a list of my least favorite presidents as well. I've done the favorites, but I've taken a break from that, doing other things. But he was garbage. And especially to black people. Reagan was fucking garbage. And but he was a cheerleader too. Was he less manly? Was he less manly? I would say Reagan was so manly. He was a body double for John Wayne, right? Was Reagan manly? You pieces of shit. A lot of fucking people were cheerleaders. Mitt Romney was a cheerleader. Franklin Roosevelt was a cheerleader. Rick Perry was a cheerleader. Trent Lott was a cheerleader. Dwight Eisenhower was a cheerleader. Thad Cochran was a cheerleader. George W. Bush was a cheerleader. George H.W. was a cheerleader. But now you tell me we're going to rehash these dumbass culture wars, talk about being a male cheerleader is somehow weird or controversial. You people are so stupid.